The Present, a Christmas story by Peter Hayes. Chapter 1. Christmas Stockings. It was Christmas Eve, and children everywhere were hanging out stockings, for their parents had told them that tonight Father Christmas would come down from the North Pole and fill the stockings with presents. Some children put their stockings by the fire, some under the Christmas tree, and some at the end of their bed. "What will the presents be?" wondered the children. "Ah," said their parents, "that will be a surprise." "Then what kind of presents?" "Oh, lovely ones." "Will they be real presents?" "Yes, real presents that you can touch." "I mean, will they be proper, expensive presents, not horrid cheap stuff?" "Yes, darling, of course. Now go to bed." So the children went to bed and dreamed happily of the presents they would get in the morning. In the middle of the night, there was a jingling noise. It was Father Christmas flying through the air, his sleigh pulled by reindeer with bells on their antlers. Father Christmas landed on the roof of the house. He crawled down its chimney and popped out of the fireplace. He filled the children's stockings with presents, then climbed back up the chimney and went on to the next house, or flat, or boat, or anywhere where there were stockings to fill. On Christmas Day in the morning, the children woke up feeling very excited. They rushed to open their presents. And this is what they found: a bag of marbles, a book, a bar of chocolate, a toy animal on a stand that wriggled when you pressed a button, a tube of bubble mixture, a blue train for boys, a pink fairy with a wand for girls, a balloon. The balloon was left unwrapped. Once you have blown them up, balloons are difficult to wrap. At the toe of the stocking was the very last present. It was a small round present, so small that you might not even notice it. It was a satsuma. About 5% of children really liked these presents. Another 5% of children, who had been well brought up, pretended to like them. But that left 90% of children who didn't like the presents and who didn't pretend to like them either. They had wanted expensive presents, and they made a huge fuss about it. They stamped and screamed. They kicked over the Christmas tree. They threw their presents out the window. They made such a racket that the whole world shook. Fortunately, Father Christmas didn't notice. He was back at the North Pole, fast asleep in his igloo. Chapter 2. An international conference. It was not only the children who were cross. Parents were angry too. Some wrote furious letters to the North Pole. Others went on the internet to attack Father Christmas on social media, to give him a bad rating and to send him an abusive email. But here there was a problem. Father Christmas did not seem to be on social media or to have an email address. Indeed, he did not seem to be on the internet at all. It was very frustrating. So, an international conference of the world's children was called to decide what to do about it. Some of the suggestions were silly, but eventually a girl read out what to do. "Let's give Father Christmas a computer. Then he can get us proper presents." The grown-ups thought that this was a good and sensible suggestion, so a specially prepared computer was wrapped in pink paper, tied with yellow ribbon, put on an aeroplane, and dropped at the North Pole. Father Christmas was reading thank you letters when the present arrived in his igloo. "Ho, ho, ho!" Father Christmas laughed. "It's a present for me." He tore off the wrapping, opened the box, and found the special computer. The elves were most excited. "A computer! A computer!" they cried. The reindeer sniffed at the computer, but were more interested in the wrapping paper, which they ate, along with the box. They would have eaten the card as well, but Ethel, the sensible elf, quickly grabbed it and read it. "Dear Father Christmas," the card began, "we, the children of the world, give you this computer so that this year you can get us proper presents, expensive ones, not like the cheap rubbish we got the last time." Ethel showed the card to Father Christmas. "What shall we do?" she asked. On the one hand, the children of the world seem rather rude and ungrateful, but on the other hand, it's a waste to give children things they don't want. Father Christmas just laughed. "Ho, ho, ho," and fed the card to a reindeer. "Now, what shall I do with this computer?" asked Father Christmas. "Play games, watch movies, buy stuff," suggested the elves. "Why, I know," said Father Christmas. "It will just fit perfectly." And he used the computer to mend the roof of the igloo. Chapter 3. When the Cat's Away. The computer stayed on the igloo roof while spring turned to summer and summer to autumn. Autumn was the time of year when Father Christmas left the North Pole to visit Santa's grottos in the shopping malls. The elves made Father Christmas a cup of tea and a slice of cake before he left, and Ethel, the sensible elf, and Right Lad rubbed his shoulders. Father Christmas sighed. "I know it's my duty to go, but I'd really rather stay here," he said glumly. "Poor noble Father Christmas," said Ethel sympathetically. "Yes, poor Father Christmas," said Right Lad. "You'd better hurry up and go, otherwise you'll be late." As soon as Father Christmas had gone, Right Lad and the gang climbed up onto the igloo to get the computer down. "Hey!" shouted Ethel. "Father Christmas didn't say you could do that." "Yes, he did." "He didn't." "He did," said one of the gang. "He said, 'Sort out the presents while I'm gone, and we need the computer to sort them out.'" Ethel was not sure about this. If Father Christmas had wanted them to use the computer, why had he stuck it on the roof of the igloo? But, there again, the card from the world's children had said that the computer was for getting presents. While Ethel the sensible elf puzzled, Right Lad and the gang gathered round the computer and switched it on. For a moment nothing happened. Then there was a flash of light and a white dot appeared in the middle of the screen. The dot grew, changed colour, and started to spread. "Look," said the elves excitedly, "a beautiful picture. There's a sandy beach, and surf from the waves, and a red sunset, and trees." Ethel looked, but all she could see was an elephant's skull. Now a green rectangle with the word "Enter" appeared in the middle of the screen. "Stop," said Ethel. "Don't press that button. I don't trust this computer. Switch it off." But the elf gang ignored her and pressed Enter. Ethel turned away. She went back to the igloo and filled the hole with snow. Lawrence, the ladybird-nosed reindeer, helped her. Then they both went to bed. But Right Lad and the gang sat staring at the screen, and the other elves and reindeer joined them. They stared and stared until deep into the night. Then they fell into an uneasy sleep. Chapter 4. In the Night. Once the elves and reindeer were asleep, the special computer started to grow. Wires sprouted from its sides and nosed across the snow. Then the icy night became lit by strange colours. Whole buildings began to grow from the wires, and, bathed in the light of the computer, the sleeping elves became older, and the reindeer slimmer.